It says you're out of storage.
So we're live.
Jim, we are here. We are on the Patriots Prayer family of podcasts. We'll tell you all about us and all about the switch and what we're doing over here. We're so happy and so proud to be part of this. On today's show, Pride Month continues. We have a little different take on it for those of you just joining, just listening, just finding out who we are. We'll tell you about that. There's some CNN debate rules that are a little controversial. Jim, what do you got going on in today's show?
We'll be talking about, like we said, in honor of Pride Month, we will be doing our usual discussion on how boys have defeated girls in 5 states in their track and field events. So congratulations to them.
Congratulations.
And we will also be talking about some more illegal immigrant causing harm to American citizens. We will discuss more of that.
So all that, so much more, Jim, on what?
This would be 2 guys.
That it would.
1 coup.
Welcome to the 2 Guys, 1 Coup podcast with Dale and Jim, where the truth matters and progressives' feelings don't. We bring you the facts from the perspective of 2 average, everyday guys who will never apologize for being America first, for adhering to our great Constitution, and for saluting the flag that our brothers and sisters have fought and died for. And now, here's Dale and Jim.
Everybody, welcome, folks. We are super excited. Different things happening for our podcast, and it's all thanks to Eddie and Maurice for inviting us over to the Patriots Prayer. You can find us and listen to us there. That's the patriotsprayer.com. We'll have all that up there for you, but a little switch for us, and we are super happy to be part of this family. Can't thank them enough. We are now broadcasting live. Of course, the shows will be there for you to watch at your convenience as well. They'll be uploaded. We will send links. We will go through all that as we normally would in the past. But honestly, we cannot, thank them enough. We're honored that they asked us. They're great patriots, and we're glad to be a part of this family.
Yeah.
For those of you just joining us and maybe just logging on, Jim, you got something you want to say? Just jump in.
No, I just it's cool to be a part of the group, and we share our show because we do think we have a pretty good show. We like to think we're entertaining. We don't take ourselves seriously hardly at all. So,
you're right.
We do like to joke about things. We do like to kind of have fun. That's what it's all about, especially now.
Oh boy, man! If you can't laugh, man, you're gonna just absolutely put bullets in your head. It's ridiculous.
I mean, because the good news is coming up, folks. I don't know if a lot of people heard, but there's a potential we could have a potential Hillary Clinton as vice president going. Does that? If that doesn't scare the hell out of people, I don't know.
How are they going to spin that? How are they going to spin that, Jim? I mean, we weren't even going to start with this, but how are they going to spin that? Kamala Harris was specifically picked for her gender, which I'm surprised they got right, and her color, right. So she's going to have to. I mean, they're forcing her out. There's no way. I mean, that just can't happen, right?
No, and you and I.
How are they going to spin it though? There's, they're. You know how they're going to spin it? Jim? They're going to spin it the same way they spin the videos of Biden now. Deep fakes. They're going to come up with some sort of bullcrap excuse. Her health, she just, doesn't want to do it anymore. She's, a lot of stress. I don't care whatever they say. That's how they're going to spin it. The truth of the matter, she was hired for her gender and color, and this is what you get.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy. But so go on to but I wasn't going to go on to this either. Go on to the deep fake. Can you believe, Jim? And I guess there's nothing you and I shouldn't believe anymore.
With this group,
the progressive fact that trying to throw those videos that we've all clearly witnessed with our own eyes as what they call cheap fakes, which are just quick deep fakes.
It's amazing.
They're spinning it at Corinne Jean-Pierre, which, her lips are moving. She's lying. So,
but that's what she does. I mean, she's an idiot. We know that, but that's her job. I mean, she's supposed to go out and try and spin. I mean, how would any of us try to spin? I'd quit.
That's what I'm saying. How has she lasted this long? For one, for her own mental health. Well, she's probably mentally unstable. Allegedly. Mm-hmm. I guess we have to start saying
allegedly
mentally unstable. But she's up there spinning it. These are cheap fakes. These are as if we haven't watched the guy for 3.5 years.
It's us. It's our fault.
It is. Well, yeah, it's probably a Trump generated AI program that's. And it'll probably be brought to trial for it coming soon.
Soon. Yeah, coming soon to us.
Coming soon. Yeah. Jim, it's Pride Month. I apologize, everybody, for all that.
Yeah, we like to do this.
It's Pride Month. I've got something real quick here I'm going to start with.
Let's do it.
Which, so in celebration of Pride Month, let's go to the lunacy. Pilot union suggests phasing out masculine terms, Jim says cockpit.
Yeah, I know. I saw that this morning.
And father is offensive to DEI culture.
Right. And thanks to our friend Eddie, DEI stands for
didn't earn it.
Didn't earn it. Yep.
Go to the shop. Go to their webpage. Go to the shop. You can buy that merch, guys. You can go buy that merch out there. This is. I mean, I wondered how long cockpit was going to take before they literally.
So what like they changed the Canadian cancer society, their version. Remember we did a story about they're changing the cervix to front hole. Yeah.
That's the name.
So now I wonder what they're going to call the.
What are they going to call the cockpit?
Cockpit now. The extended.
The flying hole. Chamber. The flying chamber. This is crazy. I mean, the union is saying this,
right?
That cockpit. And let me ask you, why is father?
It's offensive.
How is that offensive to anybody?
I have no idea. So basically, what it's saying is, folks, I have a feeling in some days it's going to be a parent day instead of Father's and Mother's Day. I don't know what else to, or whatever they're changing it to, because if father's offensive, look out. I mean, we've got to stop this. This is just
nonsense. Is insane out here. I mean, it's beyond insane. Yep. It says inclusive language and communications is essential to our union's solidarity and collective strength, and is an important factor in maintaining flight safety. So now the word father and cockpit are interfering.
I mean, our childish nature when you hear cockpit, the Beavis and Butthead laughs.
I mean, that's still me today, so I'm not really that's me. But right. But still, it's not. It's flight safety. I mean, we have planes falling off doors. We've got engine burning, at takeoff. We've got a hearing with a Boeing CEO who's making $34 million a year. And this is what they're going to focus on. This is where taxpayer money goes. This is where the funding goes. It's incredible. It's incredible. Jim, tell us more about Pride Month.
We always like to point this out because, again, for all you new listeners, we women don't need men, but they don't mind them dominating their sports. So boys take track and field titles from girls in 5 states. So congratulations to the states of Connecticut, New Hampshire, Maine, Oregon, and Washington.
Bye anyways.
I'm not going to read their names because I don't want to give them any accreditation, but I will say the one that won in Oregon, if anybody remember, this individual, he was booed when they announced his name to go on the podium. So that was kind of funny a little bit, but So again, we talk about this all the time. We want to stand, women, because we do. You and I, we have great wives. We respect women beyond belief. It's just this is insulting to me. I don't know how women can sit there and say this is okay for a man to come into our sport, because obviously these men could not compete with boys. So
they're always in last place, or they
exactly.
Don't even
Their times would have been last place, and my favorite one is the shot put in discus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, it's what 2 pounds lighter.
Yes,
and it, so basically you can throw it like a baseball, I guess.
Basic. I don't know,
but you know, well, I couldn't. My arm would fall off right now. But anyway, so in honor of,
you might be able to tell people out there that I'm not really.
Yeah. So I just thought that was kind of interesting, and in these states, it's not really surprising anyone, I don't think. So
no, I don't think so.
But yeah, 5 states now have boys that took titles from girls, which could potentially mean, folks, and I'm being honest about this. It could take scholarships away from.
It does,
because this boy is going to get a scholarship for track and field, where maybe the girl who finished second would have gotten.
Correct.
I mean, it potentially
absolutely would have
that.
gotten.
And
the Riley Gaines story is absolutely
exactly.
obviously the most popular one, the one we see the most of. That clearly took away a title from her, and this is exactly. So we talk about this a lot, Jim, and those again who are just listening. You know, we got shows upon shows upon shows on this. We've got discussions with those who know Title IX. You know, much more than we know about it. You know, I mean, we know the basics of Title IX, which was literally supposed to protect women. Supposed to protect women. And of course, Biden comes in and changes all that and screws it all up. Or
luckily, some
Biden's puppeteer did.
Courts are overruling that. So,
well, yes, I'm glad they are. But the whole point of the matter is that you can't.
How do we protect women? You know, we always talk about women's rights, right? That's all we hear about from the groups. When you talk about abortion, you know,
well, that's how you protect them.
Don't
Jim.
tell a woman
strictly abortion.
But it's okay if a man or a boy beats you in an event. You know, the Megan Rapinoes of the world. If let's say the 12, I don't know how many people are on the Olympic team, so bear with me.
Yeah, we're huge sports guys, but soccer,
yeah, we're not soccer.
Sport, right?
We always call it the soccer second. We can't even get okay, we're done. Anyway, correct. So let's just say the 12 men who didn't make the men's national team decides, you know what? For a year, we're going to dress like a woman, and then go out, and then people like Megan Rapinoe, who would make the team anyway, right? Even if one transgender came on that, she'd make the team anyway. What about the one who didn't make it? She's what if 12 or 14 or how many ever they have? They would get knocked out. Megan Rapinoe would not be able to play, because we saw what happened to the women's national team when they went up against a male, full male sized team. Yeah, they got their butts kicked.
Correct.
So, look, I don't know how to fix it. Well, I do know how to fix it.
I know how to fix it. Trump 2024.
Well, that's the start. That's how you start. But there's still going to be crazy people out there that are going.
Well, you got to take control of the House and the Senate, and
right.
You got to be able to put these things back into law.
You and I have always been. It's states' rights. That's how we always.
I agree. We're a sovereign nation.
100%. So if the state, if these states want to allow girls to get knocked down again, and then that's their choice. But
it doesn't help when this happens. When the Buffalo Bills.
I wondered. I had to double check that. I thought it was fake.
Is it? I did too.
I don't know.
I'm seeing this in my extensive research, as I always do. Yeah. They are supporting what is an NFL affiliated gay flag football league. Now, those who play flag football, I mean, I already thought it was gay, but I'm just saying they're supporting it. What is happening? A gay flag football league, Jim. Yeah. Folks, if you like our show, send stars, show your support. You can do that here while you're listening. Please go ahead and do that. We'd appreciate it. Jim,
we're getting to come up on our first commercial break. This is exciting, but go ahead and finish. Yeah. But this is what we're, the pride. Look, if you want to have your month, fine. You and I have always, whatever. I mean, leave kids alone.
Live your life as an adult.
We've always talked about leaving kids alone,
children,
and everything. But the Pride Month, maybe we should be a little more prideful for the flag, or for our first responders, whether it's military.
Maybe have a month for veterans and those serving,
firemen, nurses, all of maybe we have pride for that too. Maybe because I get it. Pride Month, great, do it. However, but I think we should always be proud of where we come from, because you and I talk about this all the time. The liberals can go to a number of different countries.
There's plenty
and live the way they want to live now.
Plenty.
We can't. We conservatives, or we individuals who want to think for ourselves, to take care of ourselves, we only have one country, and that's this one.
And the rest of the world only has one America.
Right.
And without a strong America, the world's weak. That's it.
That's where you get the Chinas, the North Koreas, and the Russians.
And Putin having dealings with came over in North Korea. That's where this all happens.
I don't recall the invasion happening in Ukraine when President Trump was in office.
Would have never happened.
Nope.
Would have never happened. Jim?
Let's do it.
Yep. We'll be right back, folks.
Be right back.
The word from our sponsor.
Born in the coastal plains of South Texas, Smoking Gun Coffee is founded by combat veterans that know exactly what a cup of coffee needs to taste like. Run by father and son, each coffee bean is perfected, roasted at 500 degrees, and cooled with a Gulf Coast breeze. Smoking Gun Coffee hand makes and bags each ounce of coffee for maximum customer satisfaction. With every purchase, 10% goes back to organizations that help veterans and local communities. That's Texas made, one bag at a time. To find out more, go to www.smokingguncoffee.com.
Folks, again, that is go to smokingguncoffee.com. Order your coffee. The coffees taste great, fabulous. And also, I love these companies. 10% goes towards veterans and your community efforts. And those are the just typical individuals who served in our military. Thank you for your service. Go to their website, buy their coffee.
And support them. Definitely support them. There's a lot of people you can buy coffee from. Why not them? So
why not?
Yep, why not? Jim, let's get into some of this debate stuff. The controversial CNN rules that are happening.
I just absolutely love this.
He's
okay. He is completely fine.
It's all
coherent, competent, but we're gonna go ahead.
Here's what they're doing. So we know this. So CNN has announced a set of controversial rules, and I got this from Newsmax, so I'm going to give them credit, for the upcoming presidential debate between Biden and Donald Trump, scheduled June 27th, coming up here. The debate, which will be held at CNN's Atlanta studio, so right away.
Pro-Trump area.
Will not have a live audience. Okay. And both candidates will be seated through the 90-minute event. Now, I had heard, and I don't know if this would be true or not, that they were going to actually get rid of that. They're both going to be standing for 90 minutes. We shall see.
That's what I thought I heard.
I thought I heard that, but this is what we're hearing so far.
Well, we see what happens when he sits. He falls asleep anyway.
I mean, I do.
When he fell asleep at that concert the other day, I don't blame him for that, because I probably would have done it too.
Yeah, I mean, that concert probably. But anyways, it was probably fake. This format has sparked criticism, particularly from Trump's campaign, Jim, which alleges that the rules favor Biden. Well, no kidding.
CNN.
CNN Atlanta, no audience, sitting down, hosted by Jake Tapper and Dana Bash,
who are definitely
fake Tapper, as he calls them.
They are so middle of the road.
Oh, they are. They're just literally middle of the road.
They give credit to everybody.
So. Yep, they do. That they do. Unbelievable, as a matter of fact. Additionally, the debates will be moderated, by Jake Tapper and Bash, and will focus on a broad range of issues, such as probably ice cream flavors.
What kind of shampoo people have in their hair?
The old sniffer in chief. We'll focus on a project, how to shower with your daughter and get away with it. Those kind of things. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yep.
Pertinent to the 2024 election, both Biden and Trump have agreed to a second debate hosted by ABC on September 10th, also without an audience.
Yep.
The decision
and I think this one they're going to be allowed to lay down if they want to.
He'd be on a gurney with a defibrillators nearby for Biden. The decision to bypass the traditional format set by the Commission of Presidential Debates has been a point of contention. Both campaigns have expressed dissatisfaction with the Commission on Presidential Debates, leading them to negotiate directly with the networks.
Right.
I mean, this is the first time in history, is it not? I mean, since the Nixon-Kennedy debate, I mean, is this not the first time in history that they're negotiating directly with?
And president and the two candidates are not going to be given the questions ahead of time. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
What are they going to juice that guy up with? You know,
I don't know, but I agree with President Trump.
Mm-hmm. Have a drug test first.
Let's do drug tests on both of them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hell, you can't get a job hardly anymore without doing a drug test. How's this allowed?
And I'll be honest with you, if you on the other side want to show us that he is fine, he is competent, let's do a drug test.
Yeah,
live. Okay, let's not have. He's fine. There's nothing, you know.
Hell, we can't even get the audio tapes.
Yep.
From Her's special counsel interview with him. Well, I mean, literally, the attorney general is in contempt of court.
Mm-hmm. How many doctors and even former White House doctors, they see it? I mean, they see that there's
not doctors,
right?
I mean, anybody who's and to be honest with you,
except for Jill,
doctor. Well, she's a doctor.
Yeah, I guess.
Just like Dr. Seuss was.
Yeah.
If we
Dr. Dale,
I feel I'm more qualified. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's my bias, but I feel more qualified. If, for instance, anybody out there who's had a loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia or anything like that,
very tough.
Every single sign from the potato in chief is there, right? He's literally stiff. You have to break him out of a trance. You have to wake him up. He mumbles, and it's not a stutter, people. I mean, look, you know, for 30 years 40 years in the Senate, no stutter, right? Or whatever. I mean, it's like, although they say he had one, whatever. It's bullcrap.
That's not what this is, right?
That's not what this is. That's not what this is. And so this is the leader of the free world.
Or maybe he should be like Mel Tillis and just start singing. For those of younger generations.
Oh, I was going to say,
look
boy,
you just look him up.
You added some demographic to our live, and now you just removed a bunch with a Mel Tillis reference. It's really sad, and honestly, Jill's the one. To me, she's the one that should be held liable for all of this. Right. It's embarrassing. We all know it. We all see it. Sad in a way, like them or not, and of course we don't. It's still sad to see this buffoon paraded around. What's even sadder for me is the fact that this is the guy running our country, or the guy they put up to as the face of our country. Right.
And how many people, when President Trump was president, because I have family members and a lot of people say this to me, they were laughing at us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't recall other countries laughing at us. If they were laughing at anything, it's how the Democrats were handling our president. Mm-hmm. But if you ask any of these countries, they would rather have President Trump back. And you don't think they're laughing at us now?
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah, they are. And you notice that when you watch some newscasts overseas, like Sky News over in London. And these people are literally, that's all they do is make fun of them. You know, the sad truth is the guy is sick, should not be running. And the other fact is that he's not running. And we know that.
But how sad is this? A very ill individual is the Democrats' best chance to win the presidency.
There's no way there's no way to me, Jim, and to be honest with you, that it's the Democrats' best chance to win it's the Democrats' best person they can control at this time. To me. Yeah. So they throw them up there. They throw them up there with all the illegals coming over to this country. That's their voter base now. It feels like, and I think I'm right, that they know they're going to win the election. That to me, that these steps they're taking are so absolutely detrimental to our republic that they don't even consider the fact that they might lose this election. Okay. So that every poll indicates from every demographic, basically, that Trump is going to win this election in a landslide. Every poll. There's not one out there that's saying, oh, Biden leads here or Biden leads there. So it's the abortion issue, right? It's women's rights. It's abortion. Although if you have listened to Donald Trump, he is advocating a 15-week.
I've got a quick story on that later on.
Okay, if you like that, if you don't, and I get that, but you have to have some sort of middle ground there in order to combat the lies that they're telling anyways.
Right.
So that, to me, he's not advocating that, but they don't care. They're spreading the lies. They just continue to spread their lies. As if we are all stupid. 3,200 counties are red. There's 12 cities in this nation that have led to this nightmare we all live in every day. And for that.
And what did our friends Greg and Leah say? That there's over 35 almost between, you call them counties, because some places don't call them counties. They call them different things. But 3,500, something like that. They only needed 20.
You only need 20
to win. That's how they got away with saying it wasn't mass cheating.
Correct.
It wasn't mass election fraud because,
that's not.
It was enough. And we have talked about it for those of you that are new. And we get it. We know there was cheating in the election. We're not. Look, we know it happened, and a lot of people know it happened. We're not. We're trying to fix it for what happens next time. Okay, that's what we're trying to do. That's what we want to do. But with what happened in Pennsylvania, honestly, what happened in Pennsylvania, that's all it took. Forget about the other states where it happened in, right? That one state's all it took, and
that's all it happened.
And so now we're stuck with this.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. Again, folks, if you like what you're hearing, shoot us some stars. Would love that.
Or
appreciate
comments
the
if you're watching.
If you're watching it,
questions you may have, that would be
correct. Real quick, Jim, I know you got what do you got going on in this segment? You got something else?
Well, just the real quick. I wanted, if you want to, we can talk about the blue states' resistance. They're stockpiling the abortion pill.
Correct. Let's go into that because
and it's a real quick story because we want to get into some other things before we do the next commercial break. But there's states that are harboring the pill for the abortion pill. Most the one that this article really talks about is Jay Inslee, who is the governor of Washington, because of what President Trump is going to ban this. Well, okay, folks, let's keep in mind what President Trump, he never banned this pill, never even discussed banning the pill. And he has always been proponent of 15 weeks.
Correct.
That is it. That is what he's done. He's never talked about sending anybody to jail, never talked about doing anything like that.
And a proponent of the states deciding.
Exactly. So which is what should have been done. We are, like you said, we are big state people. Let the states decide.
Yep, correct.
But again, here they are. They're saying that President Trump is going to not allow state to state selling of these pills.
That's
again,
not.
And again, the left can make this stuff up. They can say whatever they want. They can go out there and they can make up these criminal trials and all that stuff that's out there just to satisfy. Because nobody's going to call them on it. The media
because their cronies in the press are going to report that.
Yep. And now governors of California, which there's a shock. Because we like, we have two really favorite governors, and it's the governor of Michigan and California. They've done wonders for their states. And potentially, like some people talk about, it could be a potential running mate later on.
Newsom,
President
Newsom,
and Vice President
coming to a country near you. Yeah.
Massachusetts, New York, and Oregon were the other states that did it. But
shocking.
Never once did President Trump say he was going to ban the pill, because you can use the pill up to 10 weeks. Okay, so President Trump wants the ban on abortion after 15 weeks. Now, with special cases, okay, you're going to have that special cases where the mother's life's in danger or something like that.
These are extremely rare, by the way.
Yes, and they are. They're very rare. It's when you always talk about, abortion because of the people who don't have money to support children
or mothers. Yep.
My favorite one are the ones that always talks about the lower income people that get pregnant, can't afford a baby. They need this option. Which again, that's not who's doing it. Those are not the ones that are going out and having the abortion, the majority of them. But anyway, but adding to what you talked about there. So here's another thing being made up. They're going out and buy the pill because Trump's going to ban it.
Yep. Correct.
Never once did he say that. So
Never once. Yep. Jim, let's hear from a sponsor real quick.
Okay. And here we go.
Not believe no detergent, no hot water, no fabric softener. Now you even threw away all the chemicals to clean your home. I don't need to buy sprays to cut through grease. I don't need to buy window cleaners. I don't need to buy carpet shampoo. I don't need to buy things to mop my floor. I don't need to buy things to take pesticide off my vegetables, fruits, and fish. Oh my gosh, where did this come from? I'll tell you where it came from. It came from hospitals. This is actually a photo of a huge commercial hospital laundry technology that cost in excess of $100,000 if you bought that whole thing, and it'll fill up your garage. That's how big it is. And what we've done with the advent of microelectronic technology, my team and I constantly use microtechnology just like your smartphone. The new EcoWasher SE is a chemical-free laundry and cleaning solution. Imagine, no more detergent, no more chemicals, saves you money, pays for itself, gives you a healthier life, and simplifies doing laundry. And now we're going to include 2 free Thunder Pure Safe Air Minis that purifies your home and sanitizes your surfaces like a thunderstorm in nature. Eliminates all odors. Plus, you're receiving $100 off by using code podcast on the new EcoWasher SE. Let me remind you, 2 free Thunder Pure Safe Air Minis plus $100 off during this podcast. Podcast is your coupon code at Eco.
Folks, right. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, but it's EcoWasher.com.
EcoWasher, ECO, yep. That's what we need to.
EcoWasher.com.
Folks, go out and look at it. That looks kind of cool. I mean,
it's state-of-the-art technology there. Literally, I will be a customer. So that is that's incredible. Especially when I have my parents here and all that, and it's all sorts. We got 5 people washing clothes, and we got all that. Just think of the cost savings alone. Just in laundry detergent, which you overuse, by the way. And here's you say use a cup full. That's so you can buy more. You don't need that much anyways. But this stuff here will actually save money for all of us, which we need in this economy more than you know.
Not according to some MSNBC so-called journalists who
which one would that be?
Well, they like to say that the prices are higher, but our bridges and roads are safer and nicer.
What they are racist, our bridges and roads.
Do you think that parent who's trying to figure out how to feed their children care?
No.
Maybe the bridges being safe, maybe that's important. But you know what? If my road's a little bumpy, but I'm paying 99 cents for eggs again, let my roads be bumpy.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take another road. Anyways, yeah, that's you're right. Nobody cares. That's not a dinner table discussion. Right. It's about, geez, boy, the I-5 bridge is just totally. No, I mean, hardly anybody's talking about that. Well, again, if it collapses, we'll all be talking about it. Or if a barge hits it.
Right.
Yeah. Still wondering what the hell that was all about. Jim, you got a story on another illegal, and I want to.
And another one popped up. So we have a man, and anyway, a migrant was arrested an illegal immigrant was arrested in broad daylight of a rape of a 13-year-old in New York Park. You heard what I said. Rape of a 13-year-old girl.
I heard.
An illegal immigrant, Ecuadorian, is in New York police custody after a broad daylight sex attack in which police say a machete-wielding man approached 2 13-year-olds, one a boy, one a girl, tied them together by the wrist, and raped the girl at a popular park in Queens. Christian Giovanni Inga Landi, 25-year-old from Ecuador, entered the country illegally in 2021 near Eagle Pass, Texas. They knew where he came in at.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they knew where he came in at. Exactly.
With his 3-year-old child. New York PD leaders revealed during the news briefing on Tuesday after police released a surveillance video showing him near the scene of the crime. Tips started pouring in, police said. Ultimately, a group of at least 10 neighbors swarmed him and held him until police arrived at 1 a.m. How many kicks do you think this guy suffered?
Yeah, I know.
Because I know right now I probably would have kicked, punched something, because this is disgusting.
Yeah.
Everybody knew who we were looking for, the chief, Joseph Kinney, said. We had tips coming in actually naming the perpetrator. They knew who he was. Mm-hmm. They saw him out on the street.
Unbelievable.
The attack happened Thursday at Casino Park, about 3 miles from where the New York Mets play at Citi Field, and near the site of the 1964 World's Fair and the U.S. Open. The victim also went to school in the neighborhood.
Wow.
Illegal attacking a 13-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so add on to it, if anybody remembers hearing about the Colorado Highway where the semi killed one, injured another.
Correct.
Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
He was illegal.
Yeah.
The man accused of wrecking a semi along a highway in Colorado last week, killing one person and injuring another, is an illegal immigrant who has a long history of removal from the United States, authorities said. Mm-hmm. So again, I get it. Not all of them that are coming over here are, we get it. That's what the left is going to say. All right?
That's right. You're taking the example, like they do with abortion.
But this girl would not have been raped.
No.
Laken Riley would not have been murdered.
Correct.
All of these individuals who have died because of illegals would be alive today.
So the question begs every single time, Jim, when will Mayorkas, Garland, Biden be held or brought to court for accessory to murder?
Mm-hmm. Well, and do you know that he bears no responsibility?
Acts, huh?
Mayorkas bears no responsibility.
No responsibility.
Not taking any responsibility for this whatsoever.
Has said since day one that they have enforced immigration policies. This new amnesty bill that's coming out that's doing nothing to stop anybody from coming over the border, anyways.
Were you going to do the quick story on what President Trump said during his campaigning about who Joe Biden was? Because that's where this needs to come in, right?
Well, it says here Biden wants to be president for illegal aliens.
Right, folks.
Yep.
Anybody out there listening who has any common sense whatsoever knows for a damn fact that this administration and anybody who backs this administration does not give a royal crap about American citizens. Their main focus are these illegals. And again, we've talked to a lot of experts on the border, from J.J. Carroll to other individuals that have done this for a living. They're here to vote. Yeah. This is why they're here, folks. They're losing their base. They're losing their base in the black community. They're losing their base with young generation. They're losing their base with Hispanics, legal Hispanic voters. Yep. They need another voter base.
Yep.
Why else are they here? If somebody can tell me why else all of these individuals are here illegally, just allowed to walk in, okay, terrorists, Chinese nationals with the same haircut, the same age, really?
Yep.
No children. They're just walking into this country.
Chinese. The last I saw that wasn't on our border.
Yep. They need them to vote. They need them to vote. And
we also think, Jim, the secondary reason why there are military-aged men that are just flowing into this country unchecked and or just released. He doesn't give a damn, this administration or these idiots out there, the AOCs of the world, the Nancy Pelosi's, the Chuck Schumers. They don't give a damn about American citizens. They're going to tell you, they're going to go on TV and tell you they do, but what their actions show that they don't. Because the only ones who aren't suffering are very wealthy people and illegals. Exactly. That's the only ones not suffering. Matter of fact, they're thriving. And then this, like this is not something, and here, this will lead to the next point, but the risk of terrorist attacks on U.S. soil has seen a significant increase due to various factors. What are those factors? Including recent global conflicts. So I'm telling you, this is coming from CNN. So we'll get through that part. And evolving terrorist strategies, according to the 2024 Homeland Threat Assessment by the Department of Homeland Security. And so your friend and ours, Alejandro Mayorkas, there is a high risk from both foreign and domestic terrorists. Now,
well, we are the domestic.
We are the domestic terrorists,
Yeah.
the MAGA crowd, the right wing.
Yeah.
The Steve Bannons who are going
But
to go
you
to
notice
jail
how they
for
always
saying
have to throw
damn
that in.
things that Garland's doing. Huh?
They always have to throw that shit in.
Well, that they do every time, Jim. This includes threats from individuals radicalized within the United States. Well, who are those? Who are, without saying it, they say it. You know, that's the militia, us living up in the woods, us being prepared. First of all, I don't think that's a bad idea, people. So,
but if it keeps Maxine Waters in her house and not come out to say anything, okay, they're there.
It's working. It's working. So keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
The point of the matter is that the whole domestic terrorist lie is the fact that they have disenfranchised half of this country
more
their continued lies.
More than half.
Well, yeah. For sure, more than half of this country, and they continue to do it. And then they question why are they angry? Should we be afraid of? I mean, Maxine Waters said it. You know, should we be afraid of them? Rebelling or some sort of civil? Well, you're damn right you should be. All you've done is take our rights away, or attempted to take our rights away. You're putting the guy we support in jail and through the ringer, and have been. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Nobody here listening or alive has seen a man treated like this, unless you came from Venezuela or but here in the United States, never happened. And they wonder why we're angry. What are we going to do about it? Well, something's going to be done, because I think obviously what's going to happen, and Jim and I both think this, that before the November 5th election, I think there's going to be a terrible terrorist attack on this country.
Yeah, we've talked about this time and time again, that it would not surprise us if there is no election.
It would not surprise us, right. And it shouldn't surprise anybody. And the fact that they're coming out with this foreign and domestic terrorists tells me one thing. First of all, if there is, somehow they're going to make it a MAGA problem, right? Not their problem. They're never going to admit it, that it was them. So, and either that, or it's going to be terrorists are attacking this country. They just caught 8 ISIS members. 8. You know how many more are here, right? They've caught 8 that they told us. Yeah. And that way, guess what happens then? Martial law, right? Well, we can't replace a president during martial law and wartime. So we'll FDR this thing, Biden. Not even that. He can win a second term. It's not a third term, but in a way, we'll just FDR this thing, and you're going to remain the president. We can't. Does anything? Am I being goofy here? Am I just being like some goofy son of a bitch who just doesn't think that?
Yeah, those of you that are new, we are not conspiracy theorists. I know some people may want to throw that out there and say it, but there is ample evidence
until 3 months later when everything comes true, right?
There is ample evidence in the past and in what we're looking for right now that some of the things that we're bringing up are not out of the realm of possibility. I mean, come on, we all have to. You've seen what the other side, what they are doing to this President Trump, trying to stop him, trying to do whatever they can to take our rights to decide who the president is. By the way, they want to decide who the president is going to be for us, not us to decide.
Correct.
So you see all this stuff that they're doing, and it always fails. It always fails. So once these polls get to the point where they're going to start showing that, okay, he's literally pulling away. I mean, he's just pulling away. It's going to be because in a traditional election, folks, in a traditional normal election, a president with the record that Biden had, it would be a blowout. I mean, we're talking close to not the Reagan over Mondale, not that
getting close
blowout,
to it.
but it's there'll be 5 states maybe that are still going to hang.
Well, of course, you got Oregon, Washington, California, right?
Right, but I'm talking normally a landslide,
maybe.
And I don't want to say bloodbath because I know the left doesn't like that.
Say it then.
It's a bloodbath. Oh my God!
I love saying everything.
One coup. They're starting a coup.
The left hates the word father and cockpit. So
that's right.
I mean,
exactly.
It doesn't matter what you say.
Well, they don't even know what sex they are, for God's sakes.
Yeah, exactly that. Jim, let's hear from another sponsor. We'll come back. We'll wrap this up today.
Okay.
Have you noticed the ever-alarming 400,000 cell towers that have gone up in the United States alone? How about the electronics that reside in every room of our homes and Wi-Fi that runs 24/7? 5G cell phones are carried in our pockets hours on end. Common complaints are ringing in the ear: sleep deprivation, palpitations, headaches, memory loss, and so much more. Redemption Shield is on the cutting edge of offering products that protect your family from electromagnetic and microwave radiation. From Faraday bags, earthing bed sheets, Wi-Fi router covers, hats, scarves, bed sanctuaries. This will not be going away anytime soon. We will continue to see only faster speeds, 6G, 7G, and more exposure to EMF than any time in our history. Start protecting yourself now. Go to redemptionshield.com and get grounded and shielded today. Use code PATRIOT and save 10%.
Yeah. That's an interesting product line because
redemptionshield.com.
Redemptionshield.com. Have you ever been just like hanging around and all of a sudden you hear just I hear all these electrical, just high pitched buzzing, electrical, everything going on with all the Wi-Fi and the cell signals and everything else. And
palpitations were interesting.
It's an interesting fact. As a matter of fact. So, I mean,
redemption.com, folks, go out and look a little bit more about it. And, look like cool hats, too. That's kind of cool.
They do, actually. So, folks, listen, before we leave today,
you got something you want to say? One real quick. I just saw it today. And
please finish.
I just wonder how scary people are about this because did you see what the FCC is fast tracking?
The FCC. Mm-hmm. No, I missed it.
They're fast tracking progressive billionaire George Soros' takeover of the 7th largest radio network in the United States, just months before the 2024 election.
Shocking.
In February, Soros Fund Management purchased $400 million of debt in Odyssey, which is the number 2 U.S. broadcaster after iHeartMedia. The New York Post reported. Okay, now these are bankruptcy filings. Okay, so this Odyssey went bankrupt. Well, just to give you an idea, folks, who this is going to entail. Sean Hannity, Mark Levin,
oh my God,
Dana Loesch, and Eric Erickson. So if this goes through, it's being fast tracked, folks. It's
going to go through, isn't it, Jim?
So in other words, it's going to go through because George Soros runs the Democrat Party. Let's face it. And then his other minion, Zuckerberg, is another. Sorry. Oops. Anyway, so you think how much longer do you think Sean Hannity is going to be on the airwaves?
Mark Levin more than anybody too.
So, folks, I just think we need to pay attention to that because I just thought that was rather interesting. It is on Newsmax if you want to go see it. But, they're fast tracking the sale of this so George Soros can take over the 2nd largest. Does that not scare anybody? I don't know.
Yeah, but it doesn't surprise me.
No. I did. Yeah. No, surprise. Yeah. It's there.
But it does scare you. It's typical of what's going to happen. And this is why these podcasts and the Patriots Prayer Channel and everybody that's out there doing this, that's why these are so important currently. They don't have a control over it yet, right? Technically. And it allows for our voices. That's why sharing these and getting it out and getting the word out to your friends and directing people to thepatriotsprayer.com so they can hear podcasts like this are so very important, because you're not going to get that soon. We already have very limited news sources available to you. You have Newsmax, you have OAN, Fox is
still
wishy-washy,
right? They're wishy-washy, but they're still
that still have
the Sean Hannity,
they're still on that side.
Waters,
That's true. They are. But that's why Tucker Carlson, and listening to him is so important. Why listening to all those podcasts are so important. Listen to ours. Listening to Eddie and Maurice's. That stuff's important, because you're not going to get it anywhere else soon. It's all going to be taken away. It's all going to be taken away, and we have to fight. Unless, by the grace of God, this administration changes on November 5th, 2024. Of course, we won't know until November 18th, because that'll be when Pennsylvania finishes their counting. But it's, folks, that's if that happens again, Jim.
You're pretty optimistic. I'm thinking December.
If there is an election. That's the optimistic part. If there is an election, right. But anyways, if there is, and there's again the old conspiracy theory in me says maybe not, but if there is, then it's important to go out and vote, regardless if you think they're going to steal it or how they're going to steal it.
Right.
You get out, you vote,
and we
video your local polls, you watch your local polls, you do everything locally at your polling place across this country, and there's no way they can. Too big to rig, right?
Vote early.
I would say. Too big to rig.
Democrats always get us. They vote early.
They vote early.
Republicans get out, vote early.
Yep.
Throw this whole thing off. You and I, election day is election day. That's if you're not going to be around, absentee ballots. That's one thing. We don't like the early voting, but it's here.
And it's necessary for us. Take advantage of it.
But
that's where
Republicans get out and vote early. One, you beat the lines, because I have a feeling this election is going to be pretty. We need to inundate it. Make it impossible for them to cheat.
Impossible for them to cheat.
Yep. I'm going so far as to say, let's get President Trump up near 100 million.
Yep. Let's do it.
Because then are you trying to tell me this potato in chief, like you like to say, is going to get over 100 million?
That guy didn't get the 81 million they said. We know that.
Nope.
We know that. He never campaigned
twice as many as Barack
13 people
Obama
would
did.
show up to his events.
20 million more.
He just had a Hollywood event, and they raised 30 million, and that's a record. I mean, Trump did that, 3 minutes after his conviction.
From us,
not
A-listers.
Not A-listers.
Those of us giving $20,
not the George
$50,
Clooney's or the
right.
Julia Roberts people in the world. You're right. That's from us, and it's going to take us, we the people, to do it. So, Jim, currently, I don't think we have an outro, so that will be coming.
Right, but we do want to talk. Do we want to talk about the show on Wednesday, the special show we're gonna? Do we want to say anything? Because
yeah. We'll just hold off on that. But so just at the end here, you
want me to sing?
We sing "Cry Me a River" like Justin Timberlake would do it if he were drunk.
He's crying a river now, isn't he?
Yeah, he wouldn't do well in jail. That fella.
Depends which jail.
He probably just pretending, hey, I'm trans, move me to the women's prison. They'll do it. We try. Here's kind of how it works. We try to do 2 shows a week. That's sometimes there might be 3 shows a week. But we try to keep it pretty consistent. Of course, Jim and I, we are working stiffs. We do have full-time jobs, and just briefly, our background, we worked in manufacturing pretty much our whole life. So American manufacturing, made in America products here in America. Nothing crossed the border or overseas. So when these policies happen, they directly affect us. We're just normal middle-class dudes, right? You're the brains, clearly on the looks. We get that. Everybody's obviously probably can see that. And then but everything affects us like that. So we are just as affected as all of you out there, feeling this pain and this frustration and angry. And but we try to bring some levity to it all. That's kind of our show. We hope you all enjoyed it. That's for sure, because we cannot wait to do more. We are, again, super excited and thankful to both Eddie and Maurice for inviting us to the Patriots Prayer family of podcasts. Please go to www.patriotsprayer.com. That's where you can find the shows, find out all about them, support the channel, support us. It's really appreciated. We're absolutely stoked to be here. This is a new platform for us completely. This is all new. We for not new to podcasting, might surprise some of you, but not new to podcasting. But we've been doing it for a couple of years, but on a different platform and pre-recording shows. So going live's brand new to us. This whole thing's brand new to us. But Eddie was kind enough to kind of walk us through, kind of give us the Cliff's Notes version. We'll pick his brain some more.
I thought we did pretty well considering he knows what he's doing. He's very good at what he does, and he's just okay. So I just logged in. What do we do?
Okay, let's back that up. Step 1.
So
what's the website?
Go out to the shop.
Go
out to the shop. Look, they have some killer stuff. Great shirts out there, great mugs, great cups, especially DEI. I love that one.
Wear it on November 5th if you do stand in line for the vote, as you should. That'll draw.
I will be. Won't it?
Yeah, I will be. That's for sure. But anyways, thank you to them. Thank you everybody who joined, listened, watched. We really appreciate it. We're super happy to be here. We hope you liked us. If you do, show the support, like, share, whatever, hit those stars. Keep coming back to this page, thepatriotsprayer.com, for more.
Yeah, you'll be able to find more of us as we get more on there, but others as well. Alexandria 360.
Correct. Nate Kane.
Kane.
You can listen to Nate Kane. So if you don't know, Nate Kane is Virginia's 2nd district candidate for Congress. He is on the channel as well. So there's somebody in the know for sure. And of course, the Patriots Prayer, the actual show with Eddie and Maurice. You can hear them every week as well.
Some really good interviews they've had.
Oh my gosh, man, killer
support the channel. Our listeners who followed us over and are watching, support the other podcasts. Support the channel.
Listen to them. You're going to learn a lot.
Let's blow this thing
you're
up.
Going to learn.
We need conservative voices out there. We do that we're going to be able to make that stand.
Correct. You're absolutely right. Again, thank you to everybody. We are so happy to be here. Again, we try to do 2 shows a week. Sometimes we do 3. Maybe we'll do one on Friday. Who knows, Jim? That could happen. We shall see. I always surprise Jim with more shows. He loves it.
Especially, hey, let's get on. When?
Right now.
We got 5 minutes.
We got 5 minutes. Some breaking news is happening. That's kind of how it happens. And surely as soon as we're done, there'll be the biggest story that's hit this week, because that happens every time we get off the air.
So definitely send us comments.
Yeah, please do.
Send us comments. Let us know. We, especially our fans out there that, and we call them fans, the ones that like to call us stupid and all that stuff, which, I love those arguments. People. I love those arguments because, they make a good point.
Prove us wrong. Prove us wrong.
Way to prove us wrong.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Prove us wrong. So I noticed my monitor and back went off and all that other good stuff. This is all stuff we're learning, folks. Yep. So until then, Jim, I appreciate you. I appreciate the channel. Thank you again to Eddie and Maurice. We look forward to the next time, maybe Friday. If not, we'll be back Monday for sure. Until then, stay strong. God bless America. And Jim, we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Goodbye.
Bye.